Am I?
How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Good, good.
All right. You get everything you needed at Walgreens today?
Of course not.
Of course not. Oh,
Nothing
no.
left?
Really?
Yeah.
That's a surprise. Is it just because they're not stocking the shelves, or?
Not stock.
Interesting.
Oh, people buying like crazy.
Sure.
I don't know where they get the money.
Right? Everything's so expensive now with all this inflation.
I can't imagine the Dio stick I buy. I used to buy for $3.
Uh-huh.
Now it's $8.99.
Whoa.
3 times the price
Yeah.
in 10 years.
That's
And
nice.
in 10 years, my salary has increased only 14%.
Right? Hey, that's good you know the number.
Really? Is
Yeah.
it that bad?
But that
Not
is-
even 14?
Yeah, it's not, don't get me wrong, that's not good. It's not great at all. But it's, it's not keeping up with inflation, and the wages just haven't been. I hope, like, you see how the writers and actors are all going on strike right now?
Mhm.
I hope it makes it popular to where everyone in America just needs to go on strike. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That's all you got to do. Grind this world to the nation to the halt, and then get a pay increase for everybody. More vacation time for everybody. Free school. Why not? We're working for it. We're paying the taxes. Why not?
Well, they make Trump president again.
Oh, he doesn't. He's terrible. No. He never did anything. I've heard so many people that don't understand how little he did for people, for the American people.
But the image is not like that now after seeing Biden. I'm afraid, because I don't live in the States, I'm not American.
Sure.
What I observe
Uh-huh.
is like Biden is so bad in the economy. They think that
We have the best economy we've had in 50 years. You are not reading numbers. You're being told by news.
yes,
You're not reading the numbers. We have the best economy we've had in 50 years under Biden, not Trump. Trump had the worst economy. 70% of all money was printed by Trump. And that's what this inflation is because of Trump, not Biden.
yeah, because if you print, there will be a return, and it's called inflation.
Right.
And the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
someone has to clean up this mess.
Exactly.
And when you clean up,
Mhm.
it's all your fault.
Right. Now, the same thing, so Obama he shrunk the deficit by about 75%, so that the deficit was around 600 billion or so. And then under Trump, the deficit went up to, I think, 14 trillion. Biden is fixing that. But the same thing happened with Bush, right? Clinton handed a surplus to Bush, and then Bush turned it into a deficit, and then handed it to
Goodness.
Obama, and then Obama reduced the deficit, but it was still a deficit, but he reduced it, and then Trump blew it up again. And so now Biden is actually fixing the economy. Best economy we've had in 50 years, just by numbers. Our unemployment rate is the lowest it's been also. And same thing.
People are not looking at those numbers.
Exactly.
They look at how much they pay for the dinner.
That's very true. That's
Yeah.
very true. And they
That's
always
true.
blame who's in charge. They always blame who's in charge when that happens. Doesn't matter. Even though what's interesting is with the way the economy works is where a president will create policies and laws and everything in their second half of their term, 4 years, right? The second half. And then for the first 2 years, the president before that president is dealing with the economy from the one before them.
At least 2 years.
Exactly. Depending on how bad it is, it could be much worse.
And
Exactly.
maybe 3 years for Bush,
Right.
4 years for Trump.
Right.
But
And
the thing is, I
Mhm.
don't think that Biden can make it next time.
we'll see. We'll
Because
see.
People are complaining a lot
That-
because of the bills.
and it really depends on who you're asking, where you're getting. You're right. I've never been a fan of Joe Biden. I was paying attention to him when he was in Congress and the stuff he was doing in Congress before he was vice president, before he became president. Now, I would have never been a fan because his policies are very anti-people. He's the reason why if you were to go to college and declare bankruptcy, your student debt is still with you. You can't get rid of your student debt because of Joe Biden. So, that's something I disagree with. But he just reduced, completely eliminated educational costs for people with disabilities. So that saved, I think, what is it, like $72 billion.
Phew.
Yeah, huge. Plus, he also capped insulin for elderly, and all insulin producers can't make it cost more than $40 a month for insulin, where it used to be 300 or 400. People were dying because they were rationing their insulin and they were dying because of it. But he made it to where $34 or $40 is the cap. So like that's huge for a lot of people. So the thing about complaints, you have to go, well, who's actually complaining and what's the total number? Because as far as like the average person goes in America, he doesn't have the numbers. He's got a bad approval rating, but probably about 60% of people are going to vote for him again. If it's between Trump or Biden, Trump's going to lose if he's not in prison, but he's probably going to go to prison for a good reason.
Well, he might go to prison, but what I think, he should be in prison already.
Oh, for sure. That's very true.
But
yeah.
There are thousands of people supporting him in the government.
Sure.
See, the minute they take it to court,
Mm-hmm.
Biden has similar issues. All of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
he has issues like hiding things and his son's issues. It's too much politics.
But that's the other question I have with that, right? The son, they've shown multiple like conversations, texts, emails, all of that has nothing to do. It's his son did what he did, maybe used his name, but Ivanka Trump, right? She was working with China, no political government experience whatsoever. Why was she there? Her husband, same
Bilateral
thing.
ties.
Yeah, right. Same thing. He was there, and he made billions of his time working in the Middle East. He made billions doing that, but nobody mentions anything. And it's not that nobody mentions anything; it's that the news media that you're paying attention to only brings up what Biden's doing, not what Trump has been doing for the last 30 years. But he's a career con man, always has been.
We'll see soon.
We'll see. We'll see. You're absolutely
Take
right.
care.
We're gonna have
Thanks
this-
for the chat.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
it's so nice. Have a good one.